Good afternoon, sir, colleagues. We're the members of Group 1. Now, the members of Group 1 includes Sir Andrew Danraj, Miss Sonia Jaigubin, Sir Marcel Chester, Miss Adriana Jeffrey, Miss Darshni Basdio, Miss Ramona Abdul, yours truly, Vanessa Richards, and Miss Lachmin Basu. Now, the task today given is to describe the different approaches to sharing educational policies and practices across jurisdictions, transfer, borrowing, and learning from each other, and to describe the strengths and weaknesses of each. Also, we have to identify 3 examples of globalizations impact on education in Guyana and evaluate the same. Now, according to Baiju 2024, globalization makes it possible for people, businesses, and resources from many nations to come together. The distinctive features of globalization have made it possible for people from different backgrounds to freely interact. In the past few decades, this tool has helped global trade reach new levels. In this task, it includes different approaches to sharing educational policies and practices across jurisdictions. And lastly, 3 examples of globalization's impact on education in Guyana. Different approaches to sharing educational policies and practices across jurisdiction transfer borrowing. Diverse strategies such as policy transfer, policy borrowing, and mutual learning can be used to share educational policies and practices throughout the jurisdictions. Every strategy possesses advantages and disadvantages that impact its effectiveness in certain situations. Now, my colleague, Ms. Sonia, will take you through the policy transfer.
Policy transfer. The process of transferring policies from one jurisdiction to another is called policy transfer. Replicating policies, programs, and procedures with little to no alternation is a purposeful activity. Now, one example of policy transfer in Guyana is the adoption of CAPE, Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Exam, the curriculum, which was developed by CXC, and it represents a direct transfer of curriculum standards to harmonize education quality across the Caribbean region. Also, another example is TVET, and this was influenced by successful models in countries like Germany and Canada. And this emphasized dual training systems combined with classroom education with the on job training. Now, some positives or advantages of policy transfer are efficiency, which means it saves time and money because the initial jurisdiction has already set the foundation. Also, proven effectiveness. Now, if the policy has proven efficient in its original setting, obviously it can yield outcomes in the new setting. And lastly, standardization. It facilitates the establishment of consistent guidelines among various authorities. Some limitations and disadvantage include context insensitivity. Now, policies might not take into consideration the particular cultural, social, or economic circumstances of the new jurisdiction. Then we have opposition to change. Now, members of the community They may be against the policies and they may feel that they're being imposed from the outside. Implementation difficulties. Infrastructure, resources, and administrative capacity disparities can make implementation very difficult. Policy borrowing. The act of selectively appropriating and customizing parts of policies from other jurisdictions to suit the local environment is known as policy borrowing. Policy transfer is not involved in this strategy, as modification and customization are. Some examples of policy borrowing in Guyana include the inclusive education practices, which were influenced by policies from countries such as United States and United Kingdom, where inclusive education has been mainstreamed. Now, Guyana adopted these policies to fit its local content, focusing on teacher training and the development of resource centers. Another example of policy borrowing in Guyana is the literacy and numeracy program. This incorporated best practices from literacy and numeracy programs in countries like New Zealand and Australia as well. And the adaptation included context specific teacher training and materials development suited to Guyanese context. Some advantages or positives of policy borrowing includes flexibility, which makes policy more relevant and palatable by allowing adaptability to local demands. Innovation, whereby it promotes creativity through the integration of best practices from many sources. And lastly, incremental change, which makes implementation easier and lessens the shock of abrupt changes. Limitations include complexity. The process of adapting can be very difficult and time consuming. Partial success, whereby mixed outcomes may arise from the borrowed pieces, poor integration with the local systems already in place. Evaluation challenges. Due to hybrid nature, evaluating the efficacy of modified policies can present many difficulties. My colleague, Miss Vanessa, will take you through learning from each other.
Learning from each other. Now, this includes sharing knowledge within the education system, both locally and internationally. Sharing educational expertise across different regions involves various methods to ensure that effective policies and practices can be adjusted and implemented in diverse academic settings. For learning from each other policy to be effective, each element within the education system must be in sync with each other. This can be done through collaboration and partnerships. Now, countries like America, through the Fulbright Scholarship, this is where we have persons from Guyana going over to other countries or going abroad and returning to the country to share their practice and share what was learned with the schools that they have been going to here in Guyana. Um, so when they complete the study, they come back and they share knowledge. So this is how one way that we learn from each other. Another way is through workshops, clusters, seminars, and so forth. Now, this ensure that everyone are on par and also to learn different strategies from each other. Then we have the benchmarks and standardization. Now, the Ministry of Education provided a standardized curriculum to ensure that every school across each region or jurisdiction are teaching the same sets of content. And within this, we have benchmarks that are set against international standards. Online courses like the Gold program that are being offered to persons from different jurisdictions Here they cross paths and they learn about each other and what his or her country bring to the table in terms of culture and other academic opportunities. Now, to take you to the strengths and weaknesses, first here we have knowledge sharing. Now, this provides the exchange of the best practices, resources, and experiences among educators and policymakers, since we will be having information from different jurisdictions. This will be beneficial. For the capacity building, it helps to build the capacity of educational institutions by providing access to a wider range of expertise and innovations. Sorry. Professional development. Now, here teachers and administrators benefit from professional development opportunities through workshops, conferences, seminars, and also the exchange program that are being offered. The weakness of learn from each other is the first one, coordination. This can be difficult and time consuming to manage and coordinate and to manage and to coordinate a program, it takes effort across different jurisdictions. Collaboration with resource intensive. Now, the collaboration like these often requires a lot of financial and human resources. So here, if we don't have that much money to finance one of these programs, it might end up in flop. For variable commitment, every jurisdiction will not put in the same effort or the level of commitment. Now, here the effectiveness of the system may vary.
Three examples of globalization impact on education in Guyana. One, the integration of technology. According to Beek 2007, as cited in Stabroek News, globalization has helped with the integration of technology. Now, the increasing use of educational technology in Guyana is indicating of the effect of globalization. The traditional teaching methods have been transformed and the learning process have been improved with the introduction of computers, tablets, and digital learning platforms into the classroom. Now we have example the goal of the initiative like the One Laptop Per Family, the program has been given nationwide, which gives them more access to technology.
Another example of globalization impact on education in Guyana is online learning. According to SING 2021, globalization has helped with online learning in Guyana. Distance education is a teaching learning process in which both the teacher and the pupil are not in the same physical location. It makes use of a variety of technologies such as computers, internet, audio, and video. Online education, also known as e-learning, is a modern equivalent of distance learning and is delivered through computers and the internet. Online education has the ability to spark the development of a brand new, more successful approach to instruction for learners. In Guyana, opportunities for online education and distance learning have increased as a result of globalization. Currently, universities all over the world offer online courses and degree programs for students to enroll in. For people living in rural areas, this has been especially helpful as this has given them access to specialized courses and higher education that might not be offered there. Example, the GOAL initiative that helped many students achieve their goal of having a bachelor, master's, etc. Also, globalization impact on education in Guyana has helped with a partnership with foreign institutions. According to Global Partnership for Education 2024, globalization has helped with partnership with foreign institutions, noting the value of education in enabling Guyanese society to adjust to shifting needs and demand. The government of Guyana has reaffirmed its strong commitment to enhancing education system. The plan emphasized the value of monitoring, assessment, highlighting its significance for transparency and accountability, as well as guaranteeing that program and policies are informed by data. Along with the plan for the education sector, Guyana and GPE have also created a partnership compact. The purpose of the compact is to facilitate the ongoing reform of the Guyanese educational system.
It can be concluded that policy transfer, policy borrowing, and mutual learning are strategies used to share educational policies across jurisdictions. Policy transfer offers efficiency and standardization, while the policy borrowing allows for flexibility and innovation. The knowledge sharing is crucial for effective policy in diverse academic settings. Globalization has transformed education in Guyana, integrating technology and online learning. Initiatives like the One Laptop Per Family program and partnership with foreign institutions have improved the learning experience. The Global Partnership for Education has created a partnership compact for ongoing reforms. This brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you.